Yegs and bacon, gonna see what's shaking, cause there ain't no faking here on Yegs and Bacon. Yegs and Bacon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yegs and Bacon. My name is Brandon.
I'm Danica.
And thank you all for joining us once again, especially with a busy night. Please don't fill your head with garbage. It's all nonsense, and it's all going to do what it's going to do.
Mm-hmm. We've got some garbage to fill your head with here.
Yeah.
Yay.
Fill your head with our garbage.
Yeah.
And give us money.
Exactly.
As always, we invite you to comment. We might not talk about all the comments, but we'll pop up a few of them. And we are definitely going to romper room y'all at the end, which I'm very excited for. It's kind of one of my favorite things to do in the week.
Yes.
So much funs.
All right, let's get started with number ones from the week. There's a few.
Ooh, I guess before we get to that a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Later in the show, we're actually going to talk about a little bit of the reaction that we got from cutting that comic book in half.
Oh, I should have brought it home because we basically had it laminated last week, but I hole punched it and put it in a binder. Mm-hmm. So now there's this like bright green binder with a Bad Idea logo on it on the back desk at the store for anyone to read. Yeah,
it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. And kind of going off of that, we're going to talk a little bit about comics industry discourse between retailers and just like the different, I'm going to call them factions, but it's really just parts. Mm-hmm. Retailers, customers, publishers, all of them, because we got thoughts. But as always, before we get to the topic at hand.
Okay. Let's talk about comics.
Yay.
All right. First thing is one I've been excited for a while. It is called The Department of Truth. Aha. Oh, and it is by an unknown named James Tynion.
James Tynion the Fourth.
Maybe you've heard of him. He's actually really big. He's a big deal.
He might be writing The Batman.
Yeah. So if you like The Batman or anything he's written, you should check this out.
Somebody is killing the children.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it something is killing the children? Something is killing the children. I always get the names wrong. There's a lot of long names in comics right now. It's kind of like a theme.
Yeah, I feel like it's a trend. You know, there are food trends, there are name trends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Department of Truth. We both read it just a little bit before this. I am a big fan. Are you a big fan?
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I like stories about conspiracy theories and really just taking apart the silliness that this world holds and basically, quote unquote, uncovering it. So I'm pretty jazzed about this one, and this one is going to be read by me every month.
Absolutely. One of the things I really enjoy about the Department of Truth is I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately about folks and their ideas and how it's kind of gotten to the point where no one has an agreed upon truth, depending on their various beliefs. And this actually kind of actualizes it in a way, bringing in conspiracies and turning that idea onto, something entertaining instead of terrifying.
Yeah.
So
there's too many scary things in this world, so we're gonna have fun with the scary things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next up is a new Goosebumps series.
Heck yeah.
So they've been doing little mini series, 2, 3, 4 issues. And so little stories. They're doing them in singles first, of course, and then little hardcovers. Mm-hmm. So really, Yeah, I mean, Goosebumps, it's a sell, right? Like, I don't.
Yeah, quite honestly, they're always fun books.
Mhm.
And the comics themselves have always had that great Goosebumps feel. Some of them bring back old characters. Others do some new stories. This one in particular has a lot of people of color, which I'm not certain
Mhm.
was a staple of Goosebumps, but truly, I don't remember them describing anybody as being a certain color. So I don't know. Could have been my own head. That's not great.
No. And that's why we grow from our biases.
Hmm.
All right, next up,
Yeah.
Shang-Chi is back.
Very excited for Shang-Chi. This one is written by Jean
Oh, right, sorry.
Lung Yang.
Yeah.
I always get his name wrong. He is the writer of the recent Superman Smashes the Klan, and he has been writing amazing comics. He's won some Eisners for a long time. This is, just a great kung fu book.
Mhm.
It introduces a whole bunch of new characters and a new place for Shang-Chi to be in the Marvel Universe. So very exciting.
Yes. All right, last but not least.
Yeah. Folks who know me know that I super love Jim Rugg. This is a blacklight comic that is heavy on the action. It's kind of like a Cold War 80s comic, and yeah, there's like pterodactyls and all sorts of wild stuff happening. Very blacklight heavy, and something to read, when you're playing mini golf in the dark.
Yes. I'm just going to backtrack slightly because Eric is asking who the Shang-Chi artist is. And it's actually two people.
Those artists.
Because they're flashbacks.
Mhm.
So Dyke Ruan is the main artist, and Philip Tan is the flashback artist.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It's some very good stuff.
All right. Next up, there's only one issue 2 this week. 3 Jokers.
It's 3 Jokers. Hey, remember that time?
Hey.
Where
get it on my face.
All of the 3 Jokers covers were up on the screen. Well, there's also 5 of these. We only brought home the 2 regular ones. As always, the premium covers, we're selling them for Canadian cover price. And not all the stores are going to have them. So definitely let us know if that's a thing that you want.
Yeah, so there's one with Joker behind bars, one where he's got a monocle, and one where he's applying or removing makeup. It really, I don't know.
Applying makeup in this case.
Sure.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and so we've got a few one-shots.
There's a couple, I guess, that are out this week.
Just, a couple. Well, heavy DC, of course. So we've got the Joker Warzone.
Big event that's happening right now. And this one actually gives you a peek into what happens afterwards. A lot of hints for 2021, which for those of you paying attention and can do math, that's next year.
Oh boy, that's scary.
We're gonna make it after all.
The next death metal one shot, Multiverse's End, is out. So that is happening. Anybody who's getting death metal and or the one shots at the store, this will be in your file.
Yeah. It's bonkers, and it's also a tie-in.
Oh yeah.
And, it's kind of going through some wildness.
All right. Next up, I remember reading the description of this, but
it's really cool.
Go over it because I thought it was really cool, but I can't remember.
It's a page-for-page recreation of the original Giant Size X-Men book by modern artists, and so it's going through all of that, and cats are happening. it's going through all of that and kind of giving the art a bit of a new perspective from different people's work and interpretations. It's super, super cool. And I really, really enjoy what everyone has done and accomplished here. And you get a little bit extra in the back about Len Wein and a little bit of a memoriam.
Yeah.
I put that on the wrong spot.
That's okay.
Just keep putting it on that pile.
That's all right. All right. Well, see, now Max is adjacent to the pile, so it's fine.
Yeah. Hey, Max.
All right. Next up, we have the Immortal Hulk Threshing Place. I literally cannot remember what this is about. I'm doing very well tonight.
Very well tonight. So Jeff Lemire is taking his shot at the Immortal Hulk mythos. You might know him as the writer of Gideon Falls. In terms of tone that you're going to be finding here. You might know him as being very Canadian.
Yep.
And writing and drawing a gajillion projects a year. Yep.
He's a gooder.
It's creepy as heck, and Mike Del Mundo is doing art. And it's gorgeous, as always.
All right. Let's see. Oh, last for single issues, unless I'm incorrect.
Yeah, you're right. Oh,
well, okay.
You're right.
We'll mention that one too. There is a Wonder Woman one shot.
Tying specifically with the 84 movie that's definitely coming out at some point.
Yes.
Currently scheduled for a Christmas.
Yes, and not October 2nd as it says on the back because they printed these a while ago. So just admire the art and ignore the movie release date. Because they have these beautiful Wonder Woman 84 kind of postery art thingies on the back. Ads, yeah. Good Lord. I'm doing really well. I'm not
Poster
even tired.
Thingies.
I'm not even tired. There's no excuse for this. This is just horribly unprofessional. This, I think, is very, very cool. Oh, there's some Savage.
Yeah, Marguerite Savage.
Oh, I love her Wonder Woman. It makes me so happy.
It's super gorgeous.
Yeah. So this will be one of my, I say one of my first reads. I want everything to be my first read, but that is impossible.
Yeah, and this was made after having read the script and watched the movie from the writers. So,
hooray!
Yes, it does work out.
Jealous
Very
that they
good.
saw the movie. All right, you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, very quickly. X of Swords is happening and continuing to happening.
Okay.
That's the second part. If you are on board for the run, now is almost the last chance that you have to make sure you're getting all of the parts. The book is freaking bonkers, folks. And I mean that in a good way. It gives me those good House of X, Powers of X vibes, except now everybody has swords. And Hickman has been setting up bear traps for the last year and man is prepared to set off at least 5 or 6 of them. Like a lot of the seeds that have been laid are just gonna come snapping through, and it looks like the whole team's on board, and it's gonna be a lot of stabby fun.
Yep, which is what we like. All right, so we have a lot of graphic novels to talk about.
Oh my goodness!
Did you want to do the conversation in the middle of that and then go back?
Nope. Everyone's gotta wait.
All right, because the boss said so. Everyone's got to wait. So we have a ton to mention. So we're going to try to make this quick, but efficient. Quick and efficient? No. Because we get stuff from other distributors, things show up throughout the week, which means a lot of stuff showed up after Tuesday, which is good. And I legitimately, I'm going to start off with this. This actually showed up. Whoop! This actually showed up. Cat stuff?
Yep.
Yep.
Joy's knocking things off the fridge.
Oh, off the fridge now. That's great. Thanks, Joy. All right. So we did get our copies of Slaughterhouse-Five by adaptation by Ryan North, and because we are part of the
Bastard title edition.
Bastard title editions.
Good braining today, lady.
Thank you for bringing in the light back, because when you left, there was literally a shadow. It was very sad for me and our viewers and society. Yeah. See, he's my shining light. All right. Yeah, I'm not braining well. Like, it's just, the brains, they are melted. And that's okay. So it's super rad. Even if you haven't read Slaughterhouse-Five, I would still recommend checking this out. It's really, really, really well done. And surprise, surprise, we have a Vonnegut piece of art. Vonnegut by Erica Henderson, signed by Ryan North, and I guess Albert Montes.
He has not signed it.
No?
No. See?
It looks like two.
He's just Ryan North.
Oh.
Ryan North.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
It's good.
It's just Ryan North's signature.
It's
Don't
just
worry.
whatever.
It's not a big deal.
Eisner Award-winning writer of
I mean, it's
Unbeatable
fine.
Squirrel Girl.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, that's okay. So it's pretty cool. At this point, we have legitimately 3 copies left. We, of course, will be ordering more, but we've heard that it is very difficult to get more because they are sold out everywhere.
They ran out of their first print run already.
Yes.
And they ran out of it within the week. And yeah, we've blown through quite a lot of these. So if you do want some, this might be your last chance for a few months.
Yes. So the first 3 people that ask, you will get it. The 4th person, we will have to say, someday.
Yeah.
And then we will give you like a mental hug because we're a little bit sorry.
She'll give you a mental hug. I'll just be like, sayonara, suckers.
Wow.
And then I'll just back off like this.
Yeah. Good cop, bad cop.
Just
Anyway. Just keep backing up until there's a wall or a
couch
door?
here, yeah.
Okay.
And then just clunk.
You just like run into the door. You're so cool.
Never stopping with eye contact, reaching behind me to open the door.
Oh, there you go. See, you don't want to be that 4th person to ask for Slaughterhouse-Five because then you're going to get that experience and no one wants that. Oh my gosh. The hardcover of The Lola Woods by Carmen Maria Machado.
Oh my
Or
goodness.
Machado, I'm not quite sure. Is an amazing horror. And the hardcovers are beautiful, beautifully done.
I love the kind of like frosted cover that they have. Covers up the wraparound. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous design, and it looks like they're going to do that for all of the Hill House books from DC.
Yes. Yeah, a couple of those are also out. Basketball of Heads as well.
Mm-hmm. That's it for now.
That's the 2, yeah. They're kind of rolling out. So if you did want to check out any of the Hill House comics, but you didn't want the single issues, definitely start asking us because we can give you dates for future titles. And also, I'm holding this one, so that's already out.
Indeed. Just because Neil is asking, it is a regular sized hardcover. But just super gorgeous. The stuff that they're doing for it is part of the Black Label line, just not part of the superhero part of the Black Label line. But
I mean, I'd say it's a bit taller. Or
no,
is
it's
it?
just hardcover size.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it's a bit taller than a single issue comic, but it has a lot more oomph, I think.
Yeah,
Like, it really...
DC's really good at actually having nice paper stock.
Yes.
And putting together a nicely packaged book. So it actually feels like you got a book. And I really like that.
All right. I'm going to separate out the ones we got like today.
Today.
Just because I want to save those till the end. Excuse me. Okay. Oh my gosh. There's so many.
There's a lot of great stuff.
All right. And of course, because there are so many books coming in, I have not read most of these, and I'm so sorry. I wish I could be more prepared. I'm trying my best.
A lot was happening this week. A lot of great stuff, but a lot.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of great books. Never enough time in the day. There could be like 30 hours every day, and I'd still probably not have enough. So next up is Seen, True Stories of Marginalized Trailblazers. And this one is about Edmonia Lewis. So she is the woman who changed America during the Civil War by becoming the first sculptor of African American and Native American heritage to earn international acclaim. And so this will be a series.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love that Boom's doing this, and they are cheap as heck. This one is $7 Canadian.
Yeah, it's great. And it's like this nice little digest size, and it's full of history.
Yeah.
Heckin' full of history.
Just chock full of information and goodness for your brain meats.
Right. Well, that's our job, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna give you goodness for your brain meats.
And garbage.
And also garbage, because you know what? Sometimes you need garbage. I've legitimately asked people when you know either the world is having a bad day and they're affected by it, or they're just having a bad day. I say, do you want to focus on it, or do you want to be distracted by it? Because those are two very different books.
Exactly.
All right.
Do you want to be angry, or do you want to be? The word that popped into my head was lollygagging. It's not what I mean, though.
No.
But something to that effect.
Okay. All right. Next up is Flamer by Mike Curato.
On the cover, it has a pull quote that says, "This book will save lives. I truly believe it will." It's about a young man who goes to summer camp.
Yes. It's a summer between middle school and high school, and Aiden Navarro is away at camp. Everyone's going through changes, but for Aiden, the stakes feel higher. As he navigates friendships, deals with bullies, and spends time with Elias, a boy he can't stop thinking about, he finds himself on a path of self-discovery and acceptance. So yeah. Yep.
Just learning about who you are. And it's very important that folks all get the opportunity to kind of figure out what they're about and live their best life.
Yeah, I like it. All right, next up.
Yeah. It's Olympia by Calgary writer Kurt Pyers with his father, Tony, and art from Alex Giotto. Olympia is a bit of a meta story about superheroes, life and death, and just trying to grow up. It's a little bit of like a coming of age thing happening. And Elon is a latchkey kid who spends his days alone reading comic books until his favorite superhero, the Olympian, comes crashing off the page and into reality. But as he nurses his wounded and delirious hero back to health, he discovers the Olympian isn't the only thing that came through. Something evil's followed him. A comedic yet heartfelt love letter to the comics medium, Olympia is also a meditation on hope and loss, conceived by Kurt Pyers and his father, Tony Pyers, while Tony was undergoing treatment for cancer.
Yeah.
It is a really, really great story. And that cover art there is by Christian Ward.
Oh yeah, that is Ward coloring.
It is a Ward.
Definitely. Yeah, I like that kid.
He's gonna go far.
He is. I think he's gonna win an award or 3. He already has. Spoilers.
Yeah. It's fine.
All right. Next up is Hench Girl.
The Returning.
Yes, expanded by Kristen Goodsnook, published by Dark Horse. And it is literally about a hench girl. So she's trying to find her way. It's kind of like Mary Tyler Moore if she wanted to do crime.
Very much so. It's I really, really like that. My response was going to be, it's kind of like YA Venture Brothers, with the Monarch and them, except she's hench people.
Yeah, and the cool thing is it includes 16 pages of exclusive new comics. So
never before
read it
seen.
before, you want to get this one.
Yeah, Hench Girl came out before she started getting her buku scholastic deals.
Yeah.
Getting that scholastic money, which is quite lucrative.
Oh yeah, no, well deserved, well deserved.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, sir. Next.
Ooh, super exciting. The new volume of John Constantine Hellblazer is here. I say the new volume. It's the first volume of a series that might have already been canceled. Now, I say might because this is a phenomenal series, and I believe, and I have experienced, that Hellblazer sells way better in graphic novels, and quite honestly, reads better in graphic novels. It's a beautiful series about that takes sort of everyone's modern fears and gives it that horror tinge. It's classic Hellblazer, talking about the issues that are happening in the world, but with the main protagonist, who is a dirtbag, magician, just trying to do his best, and his best is garbage. So he's like all of us.
So like relatable.
Super relatable.
When your best is garbage, just like learn magic.
Absolutely, we can get this happening for you, Mr. Pilgrim.
And for Neil, there were no
omnis this week.
No new omnis. Sorry, buddy.
Soon.
We'll get you.
Hashtag soon.
We'll get you there. They'll all show up at once, and then you'll be like, "Why would you do this to me?"
Yep.
So it's cool. It's cool. All right. Do this one.
Eric is asking if that Hellblazer is the first GN of Taylor's, or no. Taylor is doing a magazine-sized Black Label that's just one issue in. This is Simon Spurrier. I highly, highly recommend it, especially if you like Taylor's stuff. Spurrier is a lot more crowded in terms of his storytelling, but their ideas and their conclusions are very, very similar. So, yes. All right, Tartarus. As Above, So Below collects the first 5 issues of the Space series. You were talking to me about what Tartarus means the other day. It's
like
a version of hell.
Month.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't even remember which piece of media I saw that in.
So yeah, promising young cadet Tildy is framed for crimes against the Empire after discovering her mother was the ruthless warlord Tartarus, a deadly colony and vital player in the Galactic War. Now Tildy's only way home is to reclaim her mother's dark crown. This is written by Johnny Christmas, who did the artwork for
the Margaret
Atwood's Angel Catbird.
Oh yeah.
And has done a lot of great work on his own, including a bunch of stuff from Island, which I really enjoyed as a concept magazine. And Jack Cole, the artist of The Unsound, super detailed artwork, and holy heck, super, super great.
All right. Neil asks, what's the other Hill House book hardcover? The other one that's already out is Basket Full of Heads.
I love Basket Full of Heads. It's about a lady with a basket full of heads.
Basically when you behead someone with a certain is it an axe?
I'm gonna call it an axe.
I think it was one of those double side axes. I don't know the actual name. But legitimately,
Mega axe.
It's when you behead someone, their head will keep talking. So that's a whole darn thing in that.
What I really like about that book is it does dig into a lot of modern fears too. I'm super, super happy about it.
Yeah. Kate, thank you. She says battle axe.
Kate is technically correct.
Yes, I love it. Thank you. Neil, I'm pretty sure we have copies left. I think we have a couple, unless we sold like a lot over the weekend. But yeah, we'll get you one definitely. All right. Can I talk about? Wait. Whoa. I was gonna say the next 4 books, but then that's just being selfish.
That's being very selfish. How dare you?
Which ones do you want to talk
Well,
about?
these 2.
Okay. All right. Rude.
Mhm.
So we're sharing 2 and 2. We got this it's a Silver Sprocket book by Jen Woodall. It's called Marie and Worrywart, Comics About Anxiety. So, I mean, that's going to be hurtful and relatable, as comics about anxiety should be.
Having gone through a little bit of that, holy heck, yes. Very, very relatable.
Yeah.
Hey, do you like basketball romance? Well, guess what? The Avant-Garde's is the last volume is out. I highly recommend this entire series. It's basically just folks hanging out, kissing faces and playing basketball and being rad in general. Super, super love it.
Yeah. I definitely want more of those cool 20-somethings because they're just so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ooh, it's me again.
Do it.
All right. This is also one I'm going to try to read tonight, but I've said that about 12 books, so we'll see. The Times I Knew I Was Gay by Eleanor Cruz. We've been waiting for this for a while, so I'm just going to do a quick read. Ellie always had questions about who she was and how she fit in. As a girl, she wore black, obsessed over Willow and Buffy, and found dating boys much more confusing than many of her friends did. As she grew, so did her fears and a deep sense of unbelonging. From her first communion to her first girlfriend, via a swath of self-denial, awkward encounters, and everyday courage, Ellie offers a fresh and funny self-portrait of a young woman becoming herself.
And finally, Heartbeat is here. We love Maria Lovett and her work. This is an earlier work, and it's basically like high school murdery. Yeah.
Yeah. High school murders plus blood play plus teen feelings.
Yeah. So, what's that movie? Ginger Snaps. Is it kind of like non-supernatural Ginger Snaps?
I don't think I would say that.
Okay.
Both are very good, but in very different ways.
Mm-hmm.
How
about General Feeling?
General Feeling? Sorry. Yeah, no, it's kind of this quiet dread of being a teen, but also discovering stuff about yourself that may or may not feel really good, but you're not quite sure about how you should feel about it. That really, I'm going to go with it.
Yeah.
Feels like a circle, but I'm going to go with it. I like her stuff. I like her art. I like the way she draws people. I like that she does disturbing comics, you know, and they are so pun not intended, but meaty. There's so much to talk about in them. Like if you haven't read,
they're a bit of a confrontation, but in a interesting package.
Oh yeah, like if you want to check her out, like she's done Loud, which was just a whole bunch of different weird things happening in a club one night. There's Faithless, which has got magic and sex and demons and powers. It's pretty great. Andrew says Lovett draws sound really well, which absolutely, yes. That's part of why Loud works, because you feel like you're in this club with these characters, and you can kind of hear the bass, you know, in the background of your head. It's weird. But yeah, Heartbeat's just she's one of those artists that I definitely would like to follow over her career.
Absolutely. All right, so now we've gotten to, what am I going to call the meat portion? The meat portion.
Which one?
of the talk. We're gonna talk a little bit about how the internet reacted to us cutting a comic in half. Apparently, depending on when you sold it, a $700 to $800 comic, or like a $600 comic.
I still say $300 to $800 because it was ranging around that.
Right.
There was the occasional $700, but I mean, come on.
Hey, you know what a comic is worth?
As many reads as you like.
That's what I like to say when people ask, what's this comic worth? I'm like, I don't know, a couple reads at least.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, yes.
We want you to spend your time enjoying your books.
Mm-hmm. And yeah. So we got a couple different reactions. Most of it, of course, as always, is just a lot of outpouring of positive remarks, and it's like a little selfish to say, but for good reason. I don't think that there's a super valid way to attack someone being like, hey, I want everybody to read and experience this book. But folks really, really dug and tried, and
yeah.
One of the main ones, I saw it in a couple different places actually, was the idea that we could have sold it for charity. Now, of course we could have. And we actually do that quite often with big books that come through the store. Not so much since COVID started, and a big part of that is like intake is interesting during COVID times.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that really got me were a couple comics that were like, well, I was going to offer the guy, because of always, $1,000 for charity for it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, who are you? And
I mean, if you want to put $1,000 to charity, you don't have to go through us. You can do it yourself.
Exactly. Like, if you are feeling that generous, I highly recommend a whole bunch of different charities. Black Lives Matter would be a great one to go for right now. Folks that help out with LGBTQ, shelters. There's a lot of things that you could do with your money instead of attempting to hoard a comic to yourself. And hold a charity hostage while doing it. I think that's a little rude, and why would you do something like that?
Yeah, and you really don't need to put us in the middle of it. We do things for charity. It's always just because we didn't do that one thing, that's where they get us.
Mm-hmm.
They got us.
Exactly. And you know what? Maybe I'm just thinking about this on the spot. You know what would be really fun to do?
Okay.
So we're holding on to this book in store until ENIAC 3 comes out. I want to hold an auction for individual pages.
Ooh.
And
that would be lovely.
You could get a page of the book, or if you're savvy enough, you can try and bid on them all and try and build your own comic. You could, in fact, own that and get that money to charity like you always intended.
Oh, and that was Max running down the stairs. I've been joking with certain people who know that I'm joking, is that we have it's actually worth more than the ones on eBay because it's literally one of a kind. It's the only laminated copy.
Yeah.
It's the only laminated copy in a green binder.
It's the only one that's been cut in half.
It's the only one.
Pretty sure.
I mean,
prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong by doing the same thing.
Prove us wrong and show us.
That would be amazing. No, but if you get the inclination to, yell at a business for not giving to charity right now, literally any business, maybe you could just give to charity directly and not be sassy with us. That would be super.
I like Andrew's suggestion to contact Kint and Lapham to see if you can get them to sign the pages. Maybe not in removable marker. I would.
Oh, that's mean.
I would love to send those copies off to them to see if they could sign some stuff. That would be a great fundraiser.
The one true Andrew.
The
Are
one
we still
true
doing
Andrew.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. We're creating a beef here.
Andrew and the one true Andrew. Yeah.
Says it's the only one with a video of it getting cut in half.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. Thank you.
So something that it kind of brought to the fore of my brain, we've kind of talked about this in some forms before, the act of being constructive and destructive in this industry. And I've been trying to put my finger on it for the longest time, but one of the biggest problems we've had with retailers is that all of the mojo that they're putting out there is all destructive, honestly. You'll see them talking in forums and about all sorts of other things, and every single piece of the conversation tends to be anger, tends to not offer any solutions, and tends to just kind of push everything backwards. I was really thinking about the comics industry in general and reading old retailer magazines, and it's a through line. There's in one of the first comics retailer magazines that I read, there's a column where all of their retailer columnists are talking with each other and asking each other's questions, and a couple of them ended up ganging up on the dude who writes the smaller retailer column, because and I kind of like the small retail column guy because he has a very similar mindset to us, which was living your life in a smaller way to do bigger things, and how you don't have to give up your life and turn something that you love into something that makes you unhappy, by scaling it to where you're comfortable, where you're being a positive force and can continue to feel positive yourself. And boy, the comments were almost verbatim. So you advocate for smaller stores. Why do you want to be poor? And follow up, do you live in your mother's basement? Actual.
Yikes.
It's this weird thing where, and it happens everywhere in the from comics retailers, both to each other, towards customers. I know you've seen us here talking about with the cutting it in half. We were frustrated with a few customers, but what you'll also see from us is taking these situations and instead of going, you know what, they suck, and we're just going to put that energy out there and leave it at that. Changing these situations into something positive, into something constructive, and trying to be that force of good. We're also talking with a representative from Vault today, had a direct phone call. And it was really nice talking with somebody who's fairly on the same page as us.
Yeah. Even if they're not, feeling like we both want the industry to survive is huge.
And that's the big secret. Everybody wants, who's a part of this industry, wants it to survive and thrive. Everyone has different ideas on how that works. What doesn't help is looking at the way things are constructed and going, well, these things suck, and you know what? I'm going to blame DC. I'm going to blame
other retailers.
I'm
going to blame my customers.
I'm going to blame these distributors. I'm going to blame anything, anyone else, instead of looking at these situations and go, okay, we all believe what we're doing and what we're trying to achieve is the best. Why would a company like DC say, try and move to different distribution models? Why are companies looking for other distribution models for their graphic novels outside of Diamond? Why are these things happening? And the fact of the matter is, everybody is making these decisions to be constructive. And if we talk to one another in a positive way and help one another, we'd be so much further instead of just backbiting and talking trash with to what end? Honestly, like, what energy could you be using to do something good and better?
Yeah, I mean, there's a time and a place for venting, and that's okay. This is owning your own business in any industry is really stressful. But you have to turn that around at some point. You can't just burrow in deeper and say, "Oh, grump." And I know, because I've done that. It's not great. And that's actually a good thing that we have each other, because we kind of trade off the grumpy days.
Yeah, we do.
Generally, if one of us is feeling like hell or not peopling at all, because that happens, the other one says, okay, you take a step back. You can do the work behind the desk, or, just whatever. So I get it. I have no idea how this would be with one person. I can't even imagine. But there has to be a point where you go, okay, I might be doing something right, I might be doing something wrong, but either I have to learn from it, and I have to be open to listening to other people. And they could be wrong too, but you've got to start somewhere.
And yeah, it's been our business philosophy, it's been our personal philosophy, and of course we don't always succeed in that. We can get down, but the general push has always got to be forward. It's always got to be a focus on what you can do and what you can bring, and how you can help your immediate community, your larger communities, and etc. Like, what small things are you doing to kind of push forward? It's quite clear that we can't count on current structures, quite honestly.
Yeah.
They're built to protect people who already have comfortable lives, and no one's going to push away from that, because you need that money to be able to run for office, to be able to get into the power, to get into blah 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 blah. It's what the way forward is, helping in the small micro level and making the change and being your best. And this is for all parts of your life, in business, personal. If you're looking to be a positive influence in the world, you can yell at folks who aren't going to change, or you can help change and be a wave of it, because the only way these larger groups, these people with money, change is when there's enough small things happening that it threatens to take their power and money. You see that with how swiftly folks changed their attitudes with the latest round of Black Lives Matter, and what you saw from corporations who were dead silent during previous events. What changed? The world actually didn't change. The world noticed. And the world didn't stop saying things. They didn't stop pushing in the small ways that they could. And then bigger groups changed to suit. And I don't know, it got a little big. It's my philosophy on life. It's my philosophy on business. Be the change that you want to see, and do what you can with your resources, and just don't yell at clouds. Clouds could give a crap.
Yeah. And also, I won't say more. No, when you were saying that you could yell at people or do the push ahead, I do both of that thing, and I need to just stop doing one of those things.
You can actually yell at people and go ahead.
I mean, okay.
Just flip them the birds and just keep walking.
I love it.
Leave them in the dust. Leave them to choke on the dust that was once our rivers.
Wow. Okay. So what's next?
Folks, on that note, it's time for a hard shift. We are hitting the romper room time. Everybody who's made comments, if you haven't made comments and want a little bit of a shout out, we're romper rooming, folks.
Yep.
Are you romper rooming?
Oh, yeah, I could definitely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Let's do this.
All right. Okay, this is my first time. Get ready. I see Brent. I see Neil. I see Andrew. I see Sean. I see Eric. I see Kate. I see Jason. Ooh, you were talkative tonight. Good crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. I see Andrew.
The one true Andrew.
The one true. Ooh, we're keeping this going. I see Steven.
And that is all.
That is everybody. Very excited. This was fun. Woo! Do you see us?
We're in the mirror.
We're in the mirror.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. All right. Have you chosen a song to sing us out to?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh my! I don't know what we're gonna do.
I don't think we've got a song to go out. So
no, that's okay.
Just gonna go out with a hey, folks. Thank you all for watching, and this means a lot to us. Spending this time with you and seeing folks chat and getting.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay,
Ooh,
Andrew got us a song. Thank you, Andrew.
And you know what?
Oh,
gets us through.
Both Andrews got us a song.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Andrew, yours will be next week. One true Andrew. This one's for you. I can see clearly now the rain is on. Doom, 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 doom. I can see all obstacles in my way.